Hey Monarchs, this is Mrs. Dutro, and today we are going to talk about the 5 pillars of self-care. And so this is basically a video about how to maintain mood regulating hormones by boosting mood regulating routines. So just real quick before we start, a quick disclaimer. The following information is not intended to provide medical treatment for depression or anxiety, and it cannot take the place of seeking the help of a mental health professional. If you have symptoms of depression or anxiety that are getting worse or affecting your daily activities, make sure you tell a trusted adult or call your doctor as soon as possible. So this line here, this is your mood. And when your mental health is well managed, your mood is a straight line. And when your mental health is not well managed, your mood is a disjointed line. And a disjointed mood line can lead to episodes of depression and anxiety. So you can keep your mood well regulated using 5 pillars: diet, hobbies, exercise, relationships, and sleep. Essentially, these 5 pillars work together to regulate your mood, and this helps to prevent depression and anxiety. If one of your pillars becomes unsteady or collapses, you might experience episodes of depression or anxiety as a result. And if you're not careful, this can turn into a chain reaction. The loss of one pillar can compromise the other pillars. And this works because of the feel-good hormones. So those feel-good hormones are serotonin, which is essential for mood, digestion, sleep, brain function, and your circadian rhythm. Dopamine, which is important to cognitive function, decision-making, impulse control, memory, and attention. Oxytocin, which promotes bonding and trust and helps regulate stress responses and calm the nervous system. And endorphins, which block pain signals and induce euphoria. So together, serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin, and endorphins help you to maintain a good mood and manage stress in a healthy and productive manner. And you can help your body to naturally produce more of these happy hormones through diet, hobbies, exercise, relationships, and sleeping habits. Those are those 5 pillars of mood regulation. So the first pillar is diet. And because up to 90% of your body's serotonin is produced in the gut, a healthy diet is essential to your mental health. And remember, because serotonin is essential for mood, digestion, sleep, brain function, and circadian rhythm, it's really important that you maintain a healthy diet in order to help to regulate your mood. So to do that, you want to eat lots of fruits and vegetables, whole grains, and fat-free or low-fat milk and milk products. You also want to eat lean meats, poultry, fish, beans, eggs, and nuts. And you want to try to avoid saturated fats, trans fats, cholesterol, salt, and added sugars. So foods that will help your body produce more serotonin are apples, oats, soybeans, chickpeas, berries, onions, quinoa, salmon, citrus, wheat, potatoes, eggs, garlic, pasta, milk, beef, legumes, sunflower seeds, cheese, and chicken. And there are others as well. These are just the ones that appeal the most to me. They look real tasty. So I suggest that you copy down this list and put it on your fridge so that you can remind yourself to eat these serotonin producing foods on a regular basis. The second pillar is hobbies, and healthy hobbies help your body to produce dopamine, which is essentially the brain's motivation and reward system. There are so many different hobbies that you can get into, but if you need some ideas, here are a few different ones. For me personally, I really enjoy sewing and gardening, and I even sometimes dabble in woodworking. I also thoroughly enjoy photography and reading, of course. And so I have quite a few hobbies myself, and I kind of float back and forth between them. Like I go through phases, my sewing phase versus my woodworking phase versus my photography phase. And so you might do the same. So what are some healthy hobbies that you could do to help regulate your mood and activate that dopamine in your brain? The third pillar is exercise. Exercise gives you endorphins, and endorphins make you happy. Happy people aim for moderate to vigorous exercise at least once a day. My apologies to Elle Woods. So, according to the CDC, moderate exercise makes your heart rate and breathing noticeably faster, but you are still able to engage in conversation. So, that might be like going on a quick walk around the neighborhood, doing some light yard work, in the rare event that we get snow, doing some light snow shoveling, or maybe playing with children like cousins or younger siblings, or even just going on a casual bike ride. All of that counts as moderate exercise. And for me personally, I like going on a brisk walk, even if it means I just go walk to check the mail and come back, that counts. And then the CDC defines vigorous exercise as exercise that causes your heart rate to increase substantially and your breathing to become too fast to engage in a conversation. So this includes jogging or running. If you have a pool or access to a pool, you could swim laps. You could also go rollerblading or inline skating. Most competitive sports like football, basketball, or soccer count as well. Jumping rope or weightlifting or aerobics and even Pilates and yoga, as long as the Pilates and the yoga is vigorous enough to make it too difficult for you to engage in conversation. The fourth pillar is relationships, and maintaining healthy relationships with the people in your life releases oxytocin, which is the bonding and trust hormone. And these relationships can include those with family members and close friends, as well as romantic relationships, and then relationships with your teachers or with your peers in your classes. And healthy relationships, regardless of the type of relationship, are usually built on respect, trust, open communication, equity, shared interests, individual interests, understanding, and honesty. So it's important that you are maintaining these characteristics in your relationships, especially having both shared interests and individual interests. You need to be your own person and have your own life in order to have a healthy relationship with another person. So to nurture healthy relationships, you want to set aside time to visit with one another, whether in person or over the phone or via video chat. And in those instances where you're wrong, make sure you apologize in order to salvage the relationship. And also ask about the other person's life. Don't just talk about yourself. And you need to show appreciation for one another. So when the other person does something really kind or thoughtful, then you want to make sure that you thank them for it and show them that you recognize when they do those things, because that helps them to feel validated and that helps to strengthen the relationship. And you want to avoid unhealthy relationships, which may be founded on unhealthy habits or activities, or they may make you feel insecure about yourself. They might be one-sided where only one person benefits from the relationship. So you might be that one person who's benefiting from the relationship, or you might be the person who's only giving and not benefiting at all from the relationship. Unhealthy relationships are also socially isolating, where you're discouraged from nurturing relationships with other friends or family members. They may also be emotionally abusive, or they may even be violent, and you want to avoid those at all costs. The fifth pillar is sleep, and teenagers between the ages of 13 and 18 years old need 8 to 10 hours of sleep per 24-hour period. And healthy sleep habits are critical to balancing those 4 feel-good hormones. So ideally, you would get 8 to 10 hours of sleep every night. However, you might also get 7 hours of sleep at night and then go and take a hour to 3 hour long nap during the day. That works too. As long as you're getting 8 to 10 hours of sleep per 24-hour period, you should be good to go. So signs of poor quality sleep include not feeling well rested even after getting enough sleep, repeatedly waking up during the night, or snoring or gasping for air while sleeping. For this last one, someone else will probably have to tell you if you're doing that, because often we don't know if that's happening. But also, if you regularly wake up with a sore throat, then you're probably snoring at night. And good sleep habits include consistent bedtimes and wake times, even on the weekends. Go to bed at the same time every day, wake up at the same time every day. Your body and your mental health will thank you for it. Keeping your bedroom dark, quiet, relaxing, and a comfortable temperature. And you can do this by removing electronic devices like TVs, computers, smartphones, video games from the bedroom. Avoiding caffeine and large meals before bedtime and exercising during the day will also help you fall asleep more easily at night. So, the next time you are feeling depressed or anxious, examine the structural integrity of your 5 pillars of self care. Because remember, diet helps to release serotonin, hobbies help to release dopamine, exercise helps to release endorphins, relationships help to release oxytocin, and sleep helps to balance those 4 feel good hormones. So, how can you develop a daily routine that keeps your pillars strong and healthy? And if you have symptoms of depression or anxiety that are getting worse or affecting your daily activities, tell a trusted adult or call your doctor as soon as possible. And that's all I have for you for today. If you have any questions, you can email me at kelly.dutro@aps.edu. And I hope you have a wonderful week, Monarchs.